Good morning, kiddos. Sunday, a little late, but there's a reason. Because I wanted to explain myself in full detail while I am doing the things in which I say. Today, we're going to call this the MORGUECHAT Guide in How to Be a Well-Rounded Human Being. You'll love it. And you get to watch me rub my meat. I'm going to put that in the tags. We'll get a bunch of hits this week. Anyway. First thing you got to know in being a well-rounded human being is don't be useless. Do not be useless. Do everything. Don't be an idiot savant. First thing you do is you liberally coat it with olive oil. Olive oil is better than vegetable oil because it's made out of olives. That's why they put it on there. So you rub your meat with the olive oil. Now, it seems to me that when something is needed around you in life, you should be able to be the one to say, not a problem, I can do that. Not, I don't know how to do that. And when there's a problem affecting you or anyone you know around you, you should be able to be the one to help fix that, because you know how. Now, it seems to me that a large part of our unemployment problem in America has to do with people being specialized. People are so damn specialized now that if they happen to lose that thing that they do, that job, they know nothing else. Therefore, they cannot go into another field because they're idiot savants. An idiot savant, that is somebody who basically only knows one thing. They're an expert at it. They are the greatest at it. They can't do a fucking thing else. They are useless people. Now, but that's just work. I'm talking about life here. And life is a learning process. So if you don't spend most of your time gaining knowledge and experience, you gain nothing and you've lost that time. Now it's time for the rub. We will make the rub with seasoned salt, thyme, because we're having a pork roast here. This is a nice center cut pork loin. Gotta have thyme. Rosemary, very important, very fragrant. You gotta love it. Uh-oh. Always wash things that fall on your kitchen floor. It's just obvious. Alright. No, learning doesn't end with school, as most people think. Oh, I went to school, I learned some crap. You learned nothing. You learned things that might help you in that one field that you're going to go into, but pepper, important. You mix your rub. Now, there's constant input for growth around you at all times, even the TV, which I find freaking ridiculous most of the time. TV has history. You can watch science, you can watch astrology, you can watch social studies, and you can watch cooking and learn. Now, or you can take the other approach that most Americans do, and you can watch reality shows, American Idol, The Singing Bee, Dancing with the Freaking Stars, and you can do nothing, you can learn nothing, and you can grow not. You just fade away as far as I'm concerned. Alright, we got the rub on, now it's time to rub the meat. Rub the meat. Rub all the spices into the meat. You want all the spice to be packed onto your meat in this olive oil. Alright, reading. Think about that. Books. It teaches diction, vocabulary, spelling, writing, punctuation, sometimes pronunciation, if you read enough. Now, these are only precursors and the least of tools in getting to where you're going, being a well-rounded individual. After touching meat, you wash your freaking hands. Now, why do people need to be well-rounded? So that you can be adapted to any environment, situation, or group of people that you might encounter. You should be able to sit at a table with Zeke the farmer, Thaddeus the theologian, Bill the politician, and Jorgen the physicist, and be able to have a knowledgeable conversation, no matter how minute, with all of these people. That is well-rounded. And if you are parents, you have to be a teacher, and you have to teach your kids these things so that they grow up into be a well-rounded person and not build them into another fucking useless idiot. Alright? Well, good. Now that we have rubbed the meat, we may place it in the pan because it's already liberally coated with olive oil. We're going to save that until it's time to go into the oven. Get rid of your meat platter, and you're left with another platter for vegetables. Do not use the same freaking platter. Alright, you have to do everything. You should do everything. You don't have to be great at everything. In fact, you don't have to be great at anything. But you should at least be proficient in many things to make yourself a useless human. It is far better to be knowledgeable in many things than to be an expert in one thing. Everything made in these technological times that we live in is made to make it convenient and easier for you so you don't have to do these things. They're done for you. Entertainment devices, fast food, GPS. The broccoli was pre-washed, by the way. You cut the stem off of each piece of broccoli. You do not want the stem, it cooks faster, or it cooks slower than the rest of the broccoli. Now, what being specialized means is that you, only knowing one thing, must depend on the collective, the other people. Forget individualism, you need those freaking people to get along. Anything outside your specific field. Now, me personally, I don't trust other people's food. So I had to learn to cook so that I enjoy food, my food. So it's down. Now, I didn't like bosses, so I bought a company and I became my own boss. I don't generally like other people's music. Therefore, I formed a band and I make my own music, in which I like very well, thank you. I didn't have enough fighting discipline, obviously, after getting my ass kicked a few times. So therefore now I do Tang Soo Do, so that I can remedy that problem. I didn't like the way bars did business, so I started putting together coalition shows for the bands. I didn't like people walking around like sleeping imbeciles, so I started doing MORGUECHAT and try to do my part in solving that problem. I did not know that I could do any of these things when I first started doing them. But I tried and I did them anyway, and it all works out. Experience. Now, one of the oldest adages are actually give you the greatest wisdom. And it's, if you want something done right, you must do it yourself. And if you can't do it yourself, then you are subject to how others are doing them, whether you like it or not. And you got to possess the knowledge needed to do so. Knowledge is power. There are no substitutes for experience. You will lose a battle of wits if you are unarmed. Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, and that fucker can eat steak because you can sell fish for $9 a pound. You don't have to eat the fish. But my whole point is learn all the time. Do different things. Don't do the same thing. Don't need experts out there. Useless they are. Now, Killberry Unit, Saturday, this Saturday, Motor City Metal Fest. Next, I don't know, February 12th. We're on at the 89X Battle of the Bands. Get your ass there, we will see you there, and then come to the Boney Show in March. That's it. Learn!